And once I'm in there, I'm telling people, no, you can't paint this wall. You cannot do this. Do you see the flames coming out of the top story? And the roof is ready to collapse. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And this keeps reoccurring and reoccurring.
Yeah. Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
So your dream basically says you're a rescuer, and that you're trying to, the painting of a house that's burning, the changing of a house that's burning, it's like you want to make things right. You want to, this is not right. I want to make this right. I can fix this. I can resolve this. And the basically the Lord is saying, do what you're called to do. You've got this creative side to you. Do what you're called to do, but you can't fix that which is burning down. There's something around you that must be burning down that you're not going to be able to fix. Go on to the next thing. Okay? You have to go on to the next thing.
All right. Okay, thank you.
All righty. Bless you. The lady over here that had the dream, the house that had the ugly paneling on the wall, the husband is so wonderful. I forgot, as I'm walking over just a minute ago, I remembered the Holy Spirit just said, you forgot to tell her about the blue-green roof that she really, really liked. I say, isn't this so crazy? God is so wonderful. The blue-green roof, again, wisdom, communion, conscience. One of the colors of the Spirit is red, and one of the colors of the Spirit is blue, and one of the colors of the Spirit is green. The blue-green roof basically says that everything that He's calling you to do, blue is revelation, and green is communion. I mean, revelation and communion. Green is conscience. So He will tell you step by step. He's covering this whole thing. His Spirit is covering this whole thing, and He will tell you step by step what to do with revelation and just inner knowings. This is what needs to be done. This is where I need to go. This is what we need to say. Step by step, He will guide you. He's covering the whole thing. And you loved that, which tells me you must love things of the Spirit, especially revelatory, supernatural type of stuff. So I had to tell you that for some reason, that the Holy Spirit was really insistent on that. So I think it'll do your husband good too. Okay, yes, sir.
Hi. I've had 3 dreams about my mom in the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you all 3 or just...
Well, is your mom alive?
She's dead.
Okay, and how long?
7 years.
Okay. Yeah, tell me all 3.
Okay, so the first dream I had was a couple of weeks ago. My wife and I and my mother were in the backyard enjoying just the backyard. And then we decided, my wife and I decided to come back inside. My mom was still outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we came inside, the wind started to blow really loud. And then I heard a boom, which was a large tree came down. And so I went back outside to see if my mom was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was going out, I realized that there was snakes on the ground that were trying to get at me. But and my instinct said, don't go over there. And they weren't actually biting me, but they were wanting to bite me. And then when I saw my mom, I was running over to her, and then I stepped into a large pit, and then I woke up.
Okay.
Second dream was my dad and my mom and I were working in our office, and she was starting to get upset at him, and she started to kind of get on his case, and I went over there and just to kind of listen in a little bit. But as she started talking, she was a lot softer, a lot gentler than she normally would have been.
Mm-hmm.
And as she kind of softened her talk, the tension in the air kind of eased up. The third dream I had last night.
Now, is your dad alive?
He's dead as well.
Okay.
7 years ago. Mm-hmm. The dream I had last night, it started out with me cleaning the dining area with some spider webs, and then these 2 spiders, little small ones, I was trying to clean them off, and then they started coming toward me, and then the dream shifted to me driving my white Camry with my brother and my mom in it, and we were driving down this road, and there was a sharp left turn, and the car kind of turned on its side. Mm-hmm. And so but for some reason I was able to pull into one of the houses, driveways, and
Like
kind of,
on the side you turned.
yeah, I just
Okay.
kind of was able to turn it and back out into to the street. And I was kind of muttering to myself that because there was like some realtors in these houses who were trying to sell these new houses, and I was telling myself, boy, I would never buy those houses because they're right by this busy street. And the realtors were kind of giving me a dirty look. But we were able to get back onto the street, and we were driving into a downtown area.
Your car turned back on its...
Yeah, turned back on the four wheels, and we were driving into a downtown area, and that's when I woke up.
Okay. All right. Basically, the dream is saying this. Dream number one was your mother was out by the pool, is that right? Out in the backyard. And when you and your wife came in, wind came along, mother was still out there, tree came down, you went out to check on your mother to see if she's all right. You found snakes everywhere. Is that
Yeah, in
right?
a certain area.
A certain area. And then you
I was trying to go back to find her and see
Right.
if she was okay. The snakes were not biting me, but I was
Right.
trying to make sure I wasn't going to go in that area.
right. And was there a pit involved there?
And then as I was heading towards her, I fell into a pit.
Okay.
And then I woke up.
What that portion of the dream says is basically this. Snakes represent untruths or long tales or fables or fabrications of things. Don't accept the things that the enemy has told you about your mom and where she's at. If you do, you'll fall into a pit. If you get your eyes on those snakes, you'll fall into a pit. That's out there. The tree that came down seemed like could have been very dangerous, and basically it represents that which took your mom out of this world. But there's the dream is saying that there's lies that the enemy is wanting you to believe about where your mom is at and what is going on and what your mom was. So don't believe those lies, because if you do, you fall into the pit. Okay, which basically means it delays what God's called you to do. You have to find a way to get out of it. It's a delay tactic. Sometimes you can spend a decade in the pit. Okay, so dream number two is, tell me that one again.
We were all working in an office, my dad and my mom and I.
Right, and they begin to argue, or she begins to talk to your dad.
Yeah.
The more they talk, softer she got.
Yeah.
Which says, this ought to tell you that what your mom used to be. See, once we leave this world and we enter into heaven, we don't stop getting trained.
Right.
Everything keeps working.
Right.
This is just a short period that determines where we enter there. Okay? So your mom is still, things are still going on with your mom, and she's softer than ever now. Okay, as time has gone along. Third dream was you were in a car,
Right.
driving along, you tried to make a sharp left-hand turn, car goes on its side.
It was a white car, too.
Your car too, and you're driving by, and it takes you sliding by some real estate that you would never buy.
Right.
Okay, but then somehow you end up back on all four wheels
And a white car.
in a white car, which
Right.
is different than the car you were in, right?
Well, it was actually a white car all the way.
All the way. Okay.
Yeah.
A different car, same car then when you came.
Same car.
Okay, and so after you get back on your wheels, you go to
Like a downtown area.
a downtown
A small
area.
downtown area.
Okay.
And that was the end of the dream.
Okay, so basically it says this. Your mother has given you a gift, left you with a gift, to be able to discern what to get involved with, what not to get involved with. It may seem like things have turned on its side or gone sideways for you right now, but you will end up in the destination where God's called you, in the center of what He's called you to do. That she's given you the gift to discern, well, I wouldn't buy that, and I wouldn't buy that, and the realtor may get bad, or the people around you that you maybe once would have tried to please, but you don't now. That element, you don't care what they think anymore, and you're just, this is where I'm going. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I am going to do that. And when you voice, when you voice that, you end up seeming you're back on four wheels again, and back going toward the center of what God's called you. Downtown represents the center of what God's called you to do.
What about his brother in the car?
Father is the Lord,
Is the white,
and the white car is what God's called you to do.
Okay.
And things may have seemed to go sideways right now, but they're going to get back on their feet.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay? Bless you. Yes.
Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
I enjoyed it.
This is a vision.